Welcome to Philanthropy in Focus. I'm your host, Carrie Miller, Director of Philanthropy and Business Development at Heritage Wealth Advisors. In this series, we're proud to spotlight the people and organizations making a meaningful difference in our community. From visionary leaders to those working on the front lines, each conversation offers a behind the scenes look at the mission, challenges, and momentum shaping today's nonprofit landscape. Today, we're joined by Sommer Goldsmith, Vice President of Development at the American Heart Association. To start, can you share a little about the American Heart Association's mission and the role it plays in the community?
For sure. So the American Heart Association's mission is to be a relentless force for a world of longer, healthier lives. So for over 100 years, we've been at the forefront of fighting heart disease and stroke, the number 1 and number 5 causes of death in the United States. Our work is driven by science, powered by volunteers, and focused on improving health equity in every community that we reside. From funding life-saving research and advocating for stronger public health policies, to training millions in CPR and investing in local programs, we're committed to ensuring that every person has the opportunity for a full and healthy life, regardless of where they live.
So I've heard of the AHA, and I'm sure many of our listeners have for years as a huge national presence, but you're also investing quite a bit in Virginia, right?
We are actually. So our local market is led by local community leaders, just like yourself and many others. So locally, we raise around $3 million. Our national team comes in and funds our state of Virginia with $12 million dollars total, and $5.5 million of those dollars go to our very own VCU Poly Heart Center.
Oh, I love everybody at the Poly Heart Center, as you know. So every organization has moments that define its impact. What's something you and your team are especially proud of, whether it's a program, a milestone, or a personal story that represents what you're all about?
Yeah, so just to name a couple with you this morning, one we're really proud about is launching our Nation of Lifesavers initiative. This goal is to turn a bystander into a lifesaver by doubling the survival rate of cardiac arrest by 2030. It's deeply personal for so many of us, especially when we hear stories like a teenager saving their parents thanks to hands-on CPR they learned in schools. Moments like that remind us that our work truly does save lives, and it's incredibly powerful to see our mission come full circle in our communities in that way. Another proud moment from this past March was the passage of our Virginia Cardiac Emergency Response Plan legislation passed by Governor Youngkin into law, and it's making it mandatory for every public elementary and secondary school in the Commonwealth to develop a regularly practiced cardiac emergency response plan, similar to like a fire drill or a tornado drill. So these plans include guidelines for AED placement, staff CPR and AED training, coordination with EMS, and annual drills to prepare for sudden cardiac arrest situation. So what really makes these milestones so meaningful to us is knowing that at the start of school year, all the schools will have this life-saving plan in place to empower everyday people to act swiftly and confidently when every second counts.
That is awesome. You must be so proud.
We are pretty excited about it.
So, for those listening who feel inspired, what are some meaningful ways people can get involved through volunteering, giving, or even just spreading the word?
Yeah, there's so many meaningful ways to get involved with the American Heart Association. You can volunteer at a local event like our Heart Walk coming up on October 11th, our Go Red for Women Luncheon coming up in February, or become an advocate by supporting public policies that save lives like Cardiac Emergency Response Plan, or learn hands-on CPR and share it with others. We also welcome corporate partners and donors who want to align their values with our mission. Whether you give your time or your voice or your resources, you're helping to build a world of longer, healthier lives.
What is one thing you wish people would ask you about your organization?
Yeah, I wish, our donors would ask, how can my giving create long-term sustainable change? So giving isn't just about writing a check. It's about investing in a healthier community, empowering people with knowledge, and helping to drive systematic change. When donors think beyond a one-time gift and start thinking about the role in the bigger picture, whether it's funding prevention or policy change or community programs, they begin to see themselves as true partners in our mission. And that's where the real impact happens.
What would you say is your organization's greatest need right now? How can supporters make the biggest difference?
Yeah, one of our biggest needs right now is expanding our reach into more communities, especially those that have been historically underserved when it comes to heart health education and access. Supporters can make the biggest impact by helping us fund local programs and advocate for equitable health policies and spread that life-saving education like CPR. So whether it's sponsoring one of our events, our core campaigns, or introducing us to a community partner, or inviting us into your workplace or school, partnerships are key to scaling our impact.
That's great. So, looking to the future, does the American Heart Association have any bold goals or big dreams for the next 3 to 5 years? What are you building towards?
Yeah, absolutely. So one of our most ambitious goals is to double the survival rate from cardiac arrest by 2030. So that's through our Nation of Lifesavers initiative. We're working to ensure that CPR education becomes as common as fire drill, empowering people everywhere to step in and save a life. We're also continuing to grow our work around health equity, investing in communities most at risk for heart disease and stroke. From advancing policy to expanding access to care, we're focused on creating a bold and lasting change in our community that we're really excited about. The other thing that we're really excited about coming this fall is Richmond will be the first city in Virginia to host the American Heart Association's CPR kiosk. So this is an interactive station that will allow people to learn and practice hands-on CPR in just a few minutes on the spot and gives them a score of how well they're doing. It's an innovative and accessible way to train more lifesavers and bring our mission directly into the community. So we're excited that Genworth helped us launch that as well to be placed in our community in the fall. And we believe that this powerful tool will help us in building that nation of lifesavers right here in Central Virginia.
That is so neat. So, are you able to tell listeners where it's going to be?
I am not able to share that information. That is it's more news coming soon, but be on the lookout. I'm pretty sure it's going to be all over the media. We're really thrilled about this and the opportunity to train so many in CPR.
That is awesome. Well, you know that I really believe in the work that you're doing, and am proud to be on the executive leadership team for the Go Red for Women event. So thanks for all you do for the community, Sommer, and thank you for joining us today and sharing more about the American Heart Association.
Thank you, Carrie, for having me today.
For those who want to learn more or get involved, we've included links in the show notes. And I'm Carrie Miller, and this has been Philanthropy in Focus. See you next time.